Is it on?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Apologies, this is our trial run, so bear with us tonight. We're gonna do our best to have smooth sailing. But good evening, everyone. We'd like to call to order our Jefferson Elementary School Board Governing Board meeting. And it is now 7 p.m. We're calling it to order. Ms. Culver-Ray, could we have members present, please?
Andrea Jordan is absent. Marie Brizuela.
Present.
Clayton Koo.
Here.
Manuko Leah Inga Anawai.
Here? Thank you. And I'd like to call, I'm going to call on Ms. Brizuela to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay. Flags behind me.
We can all stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Trustee Brizuela.
You're welcome.
At this time, the governance team will review our meeting guidelines. Good to go, Trustee? Cool. Good to go, Trustee Brizuela. Thank you. At this time, we'll move on to item number 5, approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
We have a motion and we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Thank you. We will now move on to our public hearing. Item 6A, the public hearing to review and approve a resolution on the district's sufficiency of pupils' textbooks. The governing board of the Jefferson Elementary School District will hear public comments on the resolution stating sufficiency of textbooks and instructional materials at every school for the 2021-22 school year is consistent with their alignment to state content standards and most recent adoption cycles. And we will begin the hearing now at 7:02 p.m. Superintendent Videlis, do we have any public?
We don't have any speaker cards today.
So we do not have any speaker cards. We will now end the public hearing at 7:03 p.m. Thank you. Was I supposed to use this? We will now move on to 7A, communications, board member acknowledgements and commendations. And I will turn the time over to Trustee Koo.
Cool. Thank you. No real updates for me on my end. Just want to wish everybody a happy September. I realize we're heading already almost October next week, so just want to wish everybody a great continued start to the year. Also want to encourage everybody to get vaccinated. I know that the county today or yesterday announced that we hit 90% in Santiago County. So hopefully the last 10% can go in and get their vaccine shots when they can.
Thank you, Trustee Koo. Trustee Brizuela?
Okay, I'd like to say I'm happy that we're meeting in person for a change. It's great. Seems kind of odd. And hope that we can do it more and more. And also to acknowledge that we've had a lot of celebrations in the last couple of months, and everything's been really great. We're very proud of our district, proud of our teachers, the employees, everybody. Everyone has done something to make this district great, and I'm very proud of that.
Thank you. I'd like to also echo the sentiments of my board colleagues. Extremely grateful that we're able to gather today in person. It makes a huge difference. We've all been wanting to feel a level of connectedness. I know that many of our staff, our educators, have been in the classroom working diligently and also virtually this past year. The pandemic has made us become much more grateful than I think I have ever been in my entire life. And so being here in person is very surreal, but definitely leaves me with great gratitude. So we look forward to continuing to gather safely. We'd like to thank the staff who handled all of the logistics to ensure that we can be here this evening. And I don't have any further comments and just want to continue to say thank you to all of our district and to our families for continuing to hold the line and continuing to show up and be our best selves. Now at this time, I'd like to turn the time over to Superintendent Vidalis for superintendent comments.
Thank you. So as I've mentioned before, our school district is a reflection of our community. And as we see cases pop up in our community, we see those related cases pop up in our school district and our classrooms. So we've continued to see cases of students that are testing positive. One good piece of good news is that we just rolled out our first week of COVID testing in our schools. And as expected, we did identify a couple of cases, and not as many as I was expecting, but we did nonetheless have some, which is good in the sense that it allows us to identify individuals like we expected who were not symptomatic, and help them to quarantine, protect themselves and their families, and stop the spread. So we're happy about that. So our COVID dashboard on our website is updated every Monday afternoon. So if people are interested in how many cases are identified or are reported to the district every week, they can go there. And I would just put a plug out to any parents out there who have not yet signed up their children for testing. This is a great opportunity for you to have peace of mind going into the weekend that your child has tested negative and or your child needs to stay home and quarantine to keep others safe. So,
Thank you, and thank you, Superintendent Vidalis. Do we have any questions to his remarks?
I just want to make sure that we'll send the district some flyers that are being made out because Broadmoor property owners and the Broadmoor community is going to have a vaccination place. And we're going to be inviting everybody. Some people would rather go somewhere closer to home. They feel more comfortable. And so that's going to be a big thing that we're going to put together, and we want to include our district as well.
sure, if you want them to go out and with paper, then you'd supply those, but we can certainly put it into the school newsletters of the community.
That would be great, and then we're going to send out to everybody that lives in Broadmoor. They're going to get the flyer also, because a lot of people just don't know that they have to do it. They think they're safe, but we need to get everybody out there. And I got a report from the county saying that we're the lowest throughout the county of people being vaccinated, the lowest. So that's why they're planning something with us so we can all work together to make sure everybody is safe. It's for their own good, you know. So, okay.
Thank you, Trustee Buswella.
You're welcome.
Do you have any questions for the superintendent? Thank you. I definitely appreciate that we can create access for our families for vaccination and also COVID testing. So thank you for also sharing what Broadmoor is doing. And at this time, we will move on to item 8A, our consent agenda. The administration recommends approval of the starred items on the rest of the agenda. And at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. And is this, I forget, voice vote, this is not roll call, is this superintendent? Is it
Voice vote is appropriate.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We will now move on to item 8F, resolution number 21-09-22A, Week of the School Administrator. The administration recommends adoption of resolution number 21-09-22A, designating the week of October 10th through 16, 2021 as Week of the School Administrator.
Yeah, so this is an annual resolution that we pass, and every year it makes a lot of sense to do this, but this year especially, our school administrators have taken on additional responsibilities to ensure that their school sites stay safe, students are being tested, just a multitude of responsibilities, and, you know, that Monday is a day off, so they get a day off on their week of the administrator. So if you would consider passing this, that would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you. Do we have any comments or before we make a motion? No?
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution number 210922A, Week of the School Administration, and that we highly approve this wonderful way of saying thank you.
Second.
We have a first and a second. May we have a roll call vote? Ms. Covere?
Mrs. Brizuela,
Aye.
Mr. Koo,
Aye.
Ms. Leah Inga Anawai,
Aye. Thank you, so approved. Definitely agree that this is really a small token of appreciation for the great work that you all have been doing for our district. And I think you wanted to extend extra thank yous is what you were saying, Trustee Brizuela. Yes.
So if we can get some type of a letter or whatever, how you want to do it, and just have our names there saying that we are thanking everyone that helps us. I think it's important to acknowledge that.
Thank you. We will now move on to item 8G, modification of regular meeting schedule for October 2021. The administration recommends the board consider scheduling the October 13th regular board meeting to October 6th, 2021.
Yeah, we had discussed this before. That's the date that we wanted to use to interview our prospective candidates for school board and hopefully make an appointment at the end. The recommendations for the board to consider canceling the October 13th meeting and making the October 6th a regular meeting. And the reason it makes a difference is because in a special meeting, individuals can only comment on items that are on the agenda, and when a regular meeting, we can have the open comment period. That's really the only difference.
Thank you, Superintendent, for the clarification. Do we have any further questions? And if not, may I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that the board reschedule the October 13th regular board meeting to October 6th, 2021.
Second the motion.
Thank you. We have a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We will now move on to item 9B, resolution number 21-09-2022, availability of textbooks and instructional materials. The administration recommends approval of resolution number 21-09-22 that ensures that students in the district have enough textbooks and other instructional materials in each subject area that are consistent with their alignment to state content standards and most recent adoption cycles. Do you have any questions?
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution number 21-09-22, availability of textbooks and instructional materials.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Covere, may we please have a roll call vote?
Mrs. Brizuela,
Aye.
Mr. Koo,
Aye.
Ms. Leah Inga Anawai,
Aye. Thank you. We will now move down our agenda to item 12A, classified personnel. And 12A is retirement classified personnel, and the administration recommends approval of the retirement request from the following classified employee and requests an appropriate resolution be prepared commending him for his years of service with the district. Richard Pacheco, Maintenance Tech, Maintenance Department, date of hire August 29th, 2011, and his retirement was effective August 31st, 2021. Turn it over to you, Mr. Valenti.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Pacheco has served the district in several different classifications as a warehouse delivery driver, a maintenance utility tech, and now retiring as a maintenance tech. While only serving with us for 10 years, he's made an incredible impact, and I want to wish him luck and request that his recommendation for retirement be approved by the board.
Thank you. Do we have a motion under comments?
We're gonna miss them. Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the retirement request from Richard Pacheco, maintenance tech in the maintenance department, effective 8/31/21.
We have a motion?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you so much, Mr. Pacheco, for your service to our community and to our district. And that's, wow, that's a long time, 2011 to 2021. Thank you so much. At this time, we will move forward in our agenda to item 12F. And this is our board's appointee to the Personnel Commission. The board will consider the current board appointee to Personnel Commission, Mr. Wallace M. Moore's request for reappointment, and if so, make a public announcement of his selection as the intended appointee. The board's final action will be scheduled within 45 days from September 22nd, 2021, in accordance with Education Code 45146. The new term of office begins December 1st, 2021. Do we have any questions? Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion. So I'll make a motion that we appoint Wallace Moore to the position of Personnel Commission, for the Personnel Commission, and it would be effective
December 1st.
December 5th, 2021. It just seems so early to be doing this, but I guess we have to. Okay. Are we actually appointing it? Are we actually appointing this?
No, right now, this is, he has a letter of interest, so the question,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll just acknowledge it.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll
that-
acknowledge his letter.
and that he, if the board's
Yeah.
choice is to have him as your intended
Yeah.
appointee, that's what the action would be.
Because then we don't have to do that till September, right?
We have 45 days from today.
From
Yeah.
today.
Okay. Okay. So,
Thank
Ditto.
you. We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wallace, for your interest and commitment to continue your service on the Personnel Commission. At this time, we will move on to item 13, persons wishing to address the board on unagendized or closed session items. This portion of the agenda is available for individuals to comment on or address the board on any issue that is under the board's jurisdiction and not on the agenda, or an item addressed in closed session. The maximum time allowed for any speaker is usually 2 minutes. Superintendent, do we have?
We don't have any speaker cards.
Okay, we have no speaker cards. So we will move on to item 14, and that's our governance team member comments, reports, and board meeting reflection. We will start with you, Trustee Koo.
Quick, short meeting. I'm never going to complain about that. Just want to thank everybody in the district office for getting us back in person, especially, as well as everybody in attendance tonight. I realize it's been a long ordeal to get here, so I just want to say thanks to everybody for helping us get here.
Thank you. Trustee Buswela?
okay, same thing. I'm happy to be in person. Seems different. And I hope that we can continue this way. And that, thank everybody for holding up the fort during this challenging time. And thank you for everyone for attending tonight.
Thank you. Superintendent Vidales, did you have any comments?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been great to be back here in person and see the whole of you, not just your faces. And I do miss wearing my slippers, but I can probably still get away with that. Not my fuzzy ones, just my more conservative ones. But yeah, it's great to see everybody, great to see members of the public here as well to join us, so thank you.
Thank you. I love that we get to touch this tonight and be able to reflect on our meeting guidelines that we created some time ago. And I actually this evening chose we will keep our focus on the best interests of our students. And I truly believe wholeheartedly that everyone here, everyone that's at our school sites, all of our families, all of our students, and our community are doing that each and every day. I am very grateful. Thank you, Will. Thank you to the team that has kept us virtually going and being able to join the team here tonight. I will say how much I appreciate the opportunity that our families get to continue to see us stream live while we are also now meeting in person. And I will share that there are some districts that do not provide that access. And that's why I'm very grateful that we do things right here in Jefferson Elementary School District. And I think that we continue to raise the bar and be the bright spot here in our county and throughout other communities. So thank you to everyone who has allowed for us to gather here safely tonight. It means a lot. It's definitely a step in the right direction. Many of us have waited for this evening. I hope that we can continue to do this safely. So please, we encourage you to take advantage of the vaccines that are available. Encourage others to take advantage of the COVID testing that's in our communities to ensure that everyone remains safe. I also want to make a mention that there are ongoing redistricting meetings that impact our community, that impact the funding of our school districts. So I want to encourage everyone in our community to attend and spread the word to the families. And lastly, as you all know, we do have a vacancy. We hope to fill that vacancy with someone who is just as committed as us sitting here. I think we have the most committed board trustee, I can say, of our county, who is the longest serving board trustee member here. But it's been an honor for me to serve with my colleagues, and I hope that we will get someone who will step up to the plate and go to bat for all of our children and join us in the near future. So with that said, we will now move on to closing out our meeting, and we will be adjourning our meeting and observing a moment of silence in memory and honor of Eleanor Zamiga, mother-in-law of Lisa Zamiga, director of General Pershing Preschool, also Jim Goff, father of Beth Goff, principal of Margaret Pauline Brown Elementary School. May we observe this moment of silence in their memory. Thank you, everyone. We will take a brief 5-minute recess before we reconvene to our closed session. Thank you all. Be safe and take care.
Recess can't be longer than the meeting.
What?
I didn't even hear what you said. It's so hard. It's so hard.